Hey, welcome to Trev TV, and today I'm joined with Dan Huber. It's just a bit over a month since the Wildside Adventure on the October long weekend, and it's that post-race season. So, first time I've had an opportunity to catch up with Dan, and first time I had time to get a decent sharp haircut as well. So, just going to talk a bit about the race with Dan and what was good, what was bad, and yeah. So, Dan, how are you today?
Excellent today, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, feeling really good.
So how, we talked before the race, and you had a good team in that. How did it go?
It went well overall. Had a few issues mid-race that we weren't sort of expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unexpected and a little bit hard to deal with at the time, but got through them, ended up finishing the race, but not the way we expected to do it.
Right, so what sort of curveballs did the race throw at you, or did the environment throw at you, or what happened?
So it's more the environment. So with the longer races, you'll generally get a open water paddle. So we got that as our second leg. It was supposed to be a 35k paddle, which quite a bit of that was through the open water of the bay. And we didn't get there we didn't start the paddle till afternoon. I think it was 1:30, 2 o'clock before we started, and the wind had kicked up. There's a bit of swell in the bay, and yeah, so we had a bit of trouble going around. We had to go around the point to a checkpoint, which we got around there all right. Coming back, the waves are sort of coming side on to us a little bit. Not huge waves, probably a metre or so of swell, and the wind was coming in on that way too. And we just kept capsizing basically.
Oh, you were actually capsizing in the water?
Yeah.
Right, because you were using the same boats that we were using, weren't you? So you were sort of literally sitting just on the water.
Yeah, so low, double kayaks, but sit very low to the water.
Yeah.
And yeah, we would have capsized probably 15, 20 times, easily.
That's hard going, so...
It was hard going at the time, so mainly due to, probably my experience would be a big factor.
Right.
So as far as kayaking, it's been very minimal experience. The kayaks that I'd done previously had all been in rivers, so even the small bit of chop that we had on there is minimal. So I had no real experience going in open water, bit of waves, all that sort of thing. Swell and coming in from the side was probably what got us. Head on into the swell is alright, but
yes,
coming side on, I was just not prepared for that. Had no experience with that, and yeah, sorted us out very quickly, or mainly myself and the guy I was with.
Yes.
Our other two teammates, they handled it quite easily. They had a lot more experience paddling than particularly what I did. So yeah, anyway, we're coming back around that bit of a headland, bit of a point, and we just couldn't get past a certain little inlet that we were trying to get past. Kept capsizing, ended up heading into shore for a little while, tried again, couldn't make it, and we had to walk our kayaks for quite a bit in the water, but pushed them in the water,
yep.
Got around till it was a bit more protected, paddled back to that checkpoint and had to call it in and get picked up and driven to the next checkpoint.
Ah, right,
so
yeah.
we missed the second half of that kayak leg, that first kayak leg.
Right, okay. I think the tide was very important. We were lucky that we got through our first kayak leg. Well, we only had one kayak to do, but we got through. There was one section we had to walk for about 4 metres, but another team that we spoke to later, they actually had to walk. They said it felt like 3 kilometres because the tide was right down, and there was just the mud and the sandbars. So yeah, well, that's unfortunate that you had to miss the checkpoint, and as a result, a penalty was incurred, was it?
Yeah, as a penalty, so it was, I think I call it short course for you. So you can still continue on the race, but you're not eligible for placings or any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what happened to us.
Unfortunate,
yeah.
but that's racing.
Yeah,
so
it happens.
It happens. So, and apart from that little bit of a hiccup, the navigation was good. The bicycles, like the running, there's no physical restrictions at all. Everyone was
there. Everyone was good on that side of things. So
yeah.
Bike-wise, I probably had the worst bike out of the lot, an older style bike, and still only a 26er. And the other guys would sort of lead me a little bit.
Right.
Especially on the road section, or the sections where they could really roll along. They had to work pretty hard to keep up with
So
them.
they were on the...
They're on 29.
29.
Newer type bikes, and done a lot more biking than me as well. So.
Oh, okay. more practice.
A bit more experience, a bit more bike fit, that sort of thing. Where I suppose I'm probably more run fit than anything else.
Now, there was an interesting leg for the full course, or the 50-hour race. Had to mountain bike around a particular area and then jump in a Canadian canoe with their bikes, and then how far did you have to canoe across the lake?
So we had to do like a mini Rogaine on the canoes, and then pick up your bikes, and it was probably 100 metres, 150 metres that you had to paddle your bike across to the other side.
Alright.
So, yeah, you didn't have to have them the whole time.
Yeah.
It was just a short canoe. That was good. Something different in there as well.
Yeah. And what about another point? The dark point checkpoint. I think checkpoint 33. Yeah. How much fun was that to find?
We didn't find it.
You didn't find it?
No.
We found it. So
we got there just as it was getting dark. We were coming out onto the beach, and by the time we started looking for that, it was dark.
Yeah.
We spent a fair bit of time sort of scouting around that headland and up and over it.
Another one that was hard to find.
Yeah.
Checkpoint 34, which is the next one, we couldn't find it. Not many teams found it either.
Yeah.
So, but just a point, trying to find a headland at night is very hard, particularly just with your the small headlamp that you might have. So on my Christmas list this year, if you're listening, kids, I want a really good, small, powerful LED torch which has a decent beam on it. That will help you, be able to spot those markers that are outside the range of your normal headlamp. So.
Yeah, that's something I've thought about too for the kayak league, just having a little handheld torch.
Little handheld torch.
That you can just,
Rogaine trick apparently. There was lots of photos of the race, and every race that I've been with Dan, he's always got a smile on his face, but there's one photo, which should be here somewhere, or maybe here, or up here, I don't know where it's going to turn, no, it'll be here. Here we go. Alright. So this photo, Dan is not very, very happy. So what was going through your mind with that photo?
It's just a really low point. I find I do have a pretty low point coming into the next day. So probably around 3, 4, 5 o'clock, I'll find that I normally hit a pretty low point. That was probably just at the end of that.
So how many hours was that into the race?
It would have been coming just under 24.
24 hours.
Yeah, just under 24 hours into the race, we'd hit that next checkpoint, which was a little mini Rogaine, again after a mountain bike leg. And yeah, I was just feeling pretty ordinary at that time.
And how was the nutrition? There's no problems with keeping food down, or mentally kept going apart from the low point? Like everything was sort of still
that was not too bad. Food wise, it was alright. We were pretty good with our timings around where we got to our checkpoints and what we're going to have in each bag and things like that. So not too bad nutrition wise and food wise with that sort of thing. Little thing that we did mess up, or me and one of the others in the team, and it comes back to packing your gear right, is when we got to that mini Rogaine, we had left our running shoes in another one of our boxes.
Oh, I did that.
So yeah, we had to do that mini Rogaine in our bike shoes.
Yes.
So we wanted to watch out for.
You had clip-ins, or just you had clip-ins?
So clip-in bike shoes.
Yes, my shoes in the kayak leg bag. So anyway, support crew, thank you support crew, fixed it up for me. So yeah, an amazing job support crew do during these events. So yeah, so great effort. So total time apart from the penalty and that.
So overall time on the course was 40 hours.
40 hours.
Come in a minute or two under 40 hours, pretty much. And
50 hours was allowed for the race. So you got to be happy with that, considering our our GeoQuest, it took us 38 hours to do a 24-hour course. So well done on that one. It's now October. We're in the post race season, I guess, the wind down, but. It's time to think about for next year. So in one of Dan's posts, he talked about base building. So what do you mean by base building?
So base building is going back to building your aerobic system. So your base energy that you can get out of your body. So normally it's a lot slower, and whether it be biking, running, swimming, kayaking, whatever you're doing, it's a much lower intensity effort. So you'll generally be keeping your heart rate at a very low point through the whole thing, and the idea is to build your aerobic base so that as your training moves on through the season or before you hit the season, you can add the harder workouts in and your body's capable of doing it. You can recover from it.
Yes, yeah. So, so low heart rate and just being able to go further.
Yeah. So they'll generally be longer workouts, but slower. It can be fairly boring. It's not the most interesting of trainings, but it's pretty important. Think of it like your pyramid. The bigger your base is, the taller you're going to build your pyramid. So the higher your top end stuff is going to be.
Right.
You have a really narrow aerobic base and you're trying to build speed and power and everything on top of it, you'll hit that limit pretty quickly and your body won't be able to cope with the training and you'll end up breaking down or getting injured.
Right. So now we're coming into the Australian summer, which is always stinking hot. So base building is a good opportunity just to slow things down and just focus on those things. So now, how's the PT world going for you? You're doing your running coaching.
Yep.
And you got I think Monique from Elemental Adventures is doing a massive challenge, 10 challenges in 10 months. So that's a good goal for Mon to do. So we're all behind Mon. So good on you, Mon. So zoo's going well.
Yep.
And this is Dan's studio at home that he trains people. So if people want to get in contact with you, what's the best portal for them to?
Be probably phone or email or Facebook as well.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So somewhere here, maybe here, or maybe over here in front of Dan. Somewhere here. No, it's here, right? So here's the contact deals for Dan on Facebook, and also should change to his website. Yep, and also there's his phone number as well. So good personal training, a guy who has a lot of experience, like adventure racing, long distance running, Great North War. How many Ultra Trail 100s have you done?
Done 9.
Done 9.
Up next year will be the 10th year in a row of Ultra Trail 100.
Is there do they give you a special?
I don't know, but I hope so.
Hope so. So Ironman Australia, who are now the organiser of the race or whatever, so maybe special 10-year belt buckle if he survives.
10 years something.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's next year. So you're focusing now on what's next on the Dan Huber race calendar.
So next we've got the Maximum Adventure Race in February. That's a sprint type race, so somewhere between 3 to 5 hours, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Going on the distance.
Yes.
It should be just a fun little event coming up in February. Next big event coming up would be Ultra Trail 100 in May. And then we'll be looking at GeoQuest, so looking at the full GeoQuest in June, long weekend again.
June long weekend, yes. And in our little world, we have a few teams already sort of shaping up. We've got Dan's going to be in an all-male team for the 50-hour. Possibly.
Well, we're still open.
We're still open. Still looking for one spot, so it could even be a mixed team. So I've just shaped up a mixed team for the 24 or 25 hour, whatever it is, event, and we've got a full girls team, I think, in the 25 hour as well, and there's also some mixed teams as well. So it's going to be a good race. It's going to be lots of people, but that's way off. A lot of training we have to do beforehand, so we'll start shortly. And summer's a good time to be on the water.
Definitely.
And getting some kayaking, because we all suck at kayaking. So well, that's all from me. I'd like to thank Dan for his time today. So
thank
well
you, Trev.
done, mate, and all the best over the Christmas period and the base building. And no doubt I'll probably see you at zoo one day.
Definitely.
I suck at zoo. So but that's all from me. So and Trail Trev TV, Dan Huber, personal training, zoo coach and running coach extraordinaire and adventure racer. Thanks for watching.
That's it. Thank you. So just here doing a bit of a sound check, seeing what we talk like before we do the video.
That's maxing out on the sound. And take 2. We'll put all the bloopers in later. Hey, welcome to Trail Trev TV, and today I'm joined with Dan Huber.